I'm in year 11, it's 2019, 17 years old, and I believe running will make me burn muscle. Back in 2019, I had 1 year of gym under my belt, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I made like fuck all progress. I was still weighing the exact same amount of body weight as I weighed when I was in my first year of gym. 63 to 64 kilos. And the most crazy part is the fact that I didn't even have abdominal muscles. Basically, I was skinny fat. I was so skinny fat at the fact that in PE class, physical education, whenever we were to do some sort of physical activity that involved running or moving, you'd think, okay, Adrian, you're a physically active, young, ambitious male who wants to get more fit and wants to build more muscle. By all means, you would participate in the class to improve your cardiovascular health, target your heart muscle, in which will make you fitter, more endurance for your gym sessions. And if anything, you will actually build muscle faster. Every time we were to go outside on the oval and we would have to run, we would have to play some sort of sport like soccer, Australian rules football, hockey, inside playing basketball, netball. Other than basketball, because I really loved basketball, whenever it was any other sport, I would raise my hand and volunteer to sit out because I thought cardio was bad. And if I was to participate in cardio, I would not build as of much muscle. And quite literally, I will be wasting calories. And if the teacher forces me to participate, then I will have to eat even more. Back in 2019, there wasn't as much knowledge and education as there is now with like how to build muscle and that cardio is good. Back then, there were these t-shirts I would say no cardio club and a bunch of shit, and everyone used to believe like, oh, yeah, if you want to build more muscle, probably don't do cardio. Obviously, this is kind of subjective, and yes, there were people who would to do cardio and gym together. But basically, bro, if I'm being brutally honest and authentic with you, I had a strong fear of running. Although I'd play basketball because I found that like kind of fun. In terms of just getting my steps in or going for a run in my own spare time, even in school, I wouldn't do. Instead, I would think that I need to consume. Calories, 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 calories. I'm seeing all of these ex-bodybuilders like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Tom Platz, Arnold, all saying that the most important thing that you should be focusing on as a young teenager is eating, as well as Rich Piana. You need to eat big to, quite frankly, get big. And I took this to the extreme. I wouldn't take any steps. I think if I can get a screenshot from 3, 4, 5 years ago of how many steps I would average per day, I hope that's on my iPhone. You know, on like the health app, you can see your steps on like each year. I honestly believe I probably averaged anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day, and I would classify myself as fit. I would follow this advice and I would think, okay, Adrian, how can I get more calories in? Oh, what are high calorie foods? Oh my God, peanut butter. Wow, lots of carbs. Wow, high fatty foods. Whoa, what's this? A mass gainer protein powder. This is gonna help me gain mass. Dad, can I buy three bags of these? They're like in these big plastic 2 kilo bags of just processed powder. But Dad's like, oh yeah, you're really skinny, son. You're gonna need this ASAP. I'll get the powders, they come within a week. And before you know it, I'm already making my mass gainer shakes. That would consist of 4 scoops of this mass gainer powder, and the recommendation was like one. I would put four because I was so dissatisfied. I was so pissed off with how skinny I was, and I know a change needed to happen now to start getting more respect from my peers and to get more attraction from girls because I was really insecure with how I looked. Not even just physically, but facially. I wanted to get big to prove everyone wrong. So I'd put 4 scoops of powder. I'd put 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. I'd put 2 full cups of oats. I'd put like 3 glasses of milk, a banana. Sometimes I would even like crack eggs in there because I'm like, oh, eggs are high fat. Okay, cool, more calories. Spin this up in the shake, and I did all the math with like my phone, and apparently it was like over 1,400 calories. Just the shake. And then I would think, I like bread. Let me make 4 toast sandwiches. And that was just one meal, and I would have that every night before bed. Not even including the other meals like eggs, sandwiches, beef mince. Long story short, bro, I quite literally went from 63 kilos to 101 in the space of a year and a half. And the funny part is, I thought I was healthy. I thought I was jacked and big because month after month after month, I would weigh myself on the scales and I would see the weight was going up. 63 kilos, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Oh my God, I've hit my big, big, big dream goal of 100. I felt accomplished. I felt like what I was doing was working. I felt like I was jacked. I was fitting my t-shirts better. Until I slowly started to notice negative effects. I'm in a health and human development class. It's the first period in the morning. Teacher's got the projector up. He's trying to explain some topic about health and public health and nutrition and all of this stuff. And this was a class I was actually like pretty interested in. I really try to always focus. But I can remember brutally that there was this one class. I've hit the 100 kilo mark. Sit down with the boys, open my laptop, and I'm getting ready to write notes. Open up a Word document. I try write the first sentence by looking up at the projector and looking back down on my laptop. And I physically couldn't. For some reason, I'm experiencing something I've never felt before. It hurted to use my brain to think. I'll try like shake my head and be like, whoa, Adrian, focus. Just look up and write down what's on the projector. That's the face I would do. I start like trying to snap myself out and be like, Adrian, what's going on? This has never happened before. Maybe it's my contacts that are playing up. Should I maybe take them out and put my glasses on? Oh no, but these are monthly contacts. If I throw them out now, it's going to cost more money. Let's just leave them on. What's going on? I do a Google search. I'm like, why can't I focus in class? I eat lots of food. I weigh this much. And I see the word brain fog, high blood pressure, hypertension, high BMI, body mass index. And I start to stress. I stress so much of the fact that I even asked my health teacher a question and tell him, sir, do you believe in dirty bulking? Because I've actually made progress, sir, and all my friends know that. But I'm asking you, because you look pretty fit. You've been training for X amount of years. You're like 30 years old. Do you believe in dirty bulking? And also, is running bad? Doesn't like running burn muscle? And I really don't care about my steps. I just really want to eat big to get big. He looks at me and he laughs. I tell him how many calories I'm eating. I say like over 4,000. And he tells me he only eats like 2,000. He's like a 30-year-old jacked motherfucker. I start telling him, sir, I'm having like brain fog. I can't focus. He's like, yeah, bro, Adrian, you need to start lowering your calories. You need to start prioritizing your health and realize that muscle, actual muscle tissue, the most important lesson of them all, it can only be built at one exact genetic speed, naturally. And by you eating more calories than you're burning, over time, eventually, body fat is going to be accumulating at a faster rate than muscle. And if this trend continues, yes, you will start to fill out your shirts, but however, you will also start to fill out your gut. Body fat will be coming on you faster and faster and faster. Your heart will have to be pumping harder and harder and harder. And before you know it, you're not going to have one chin. You're going to have multiple, maybe even triple chin. In this exact class, we're actually learning about BMI, body mass index, which there's like a healthy range, but it also like doesn't really include your muscle mass, so it can actually be inaccurate. But I'm just going to tell this story for the fun of it. We did all of our body mass indexes. There's skinny, average, healthy, overweight, and obese. I fell into the obese category. I look at myself, I'm like, oh my God, this isn't muscle. I gently lift my top. I'm like, whoa, 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 when the hell did I get all of this? I had a same friend at this period of time, and he was also going to the gym as well. And in our science class, which was the same class we were both in, we would always talk about, oh, gym, 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 gym. And he was a lot leaner. His starting point, he wasn't skinny fat like me. So he just naturally, he was like a hyper responder and built muscle extremely fast. Whereas I was skinny fat, maybe I had worse genetics. But I thought, okay, I need to eat as much as humanly possible to beat him and build muscle faster than him. Months would go by and he would soon start to see me and say, Adrian, you've taken this too far. That's not muscle. That's body fat. You need to not only reduce your calories, but start to do cardio. You're watching this video right now. Maybe you're in high school, maybe you just finished high school, but I know for certain you really focus and prioritize your physical health. But if there was one limiting belief younger Adrian had, it's that he would think cardio equals bad, cardio equals less muscle. I was wrong. This year, 2025, I'm now 23 years old, and it's the first year that I've actually taken cardio as seriously as ever before. And not even just going for walks or doing your boring long distance runs. I mean specifically interval running. Sprints, whether it be in the 100-meter range, 200-meter range, or even 400-meter range. By consistently doing these sprints, mainly the 400s and 200s, weekly, back at the start of April, I have improved on my time session after session after session. I use the app Strava to track my distance and time. And I would always try to get a PR, fitter, stronger. Not only did this improve my fitness, but it actually built more muscle. It made my calves start to look like calves. It made my quads start to look like quads. It made me more of a masculine man because it was something that I was scared of and it was something that I was always to neglect. I became so addicted to this that right now it is the most fun part of my week, especially when I message my friend and he's down to come join me and we do it together and we're just pushing each other. Primal, masculine competition, which you don't really get in the gym. You can't do, unless you're doing bicep curls next to each other. When you train with a training partner, it's kind of just okay, you first, then me, then you, then me. And you're just watching each other. Yeah, you're pushing each other. You're saying, go, 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 5 more reps. That's fun. But when you're sprinting up against each other, I swear to God, bro, that just unlocks something new inside of you. This new presence, this new happiness, this new challenge, this new goal. And for me, was once my old fear. But I told myself, the gym isn't cutting it anymore. I'm actually starting to notice I'm running out of breath a lot faster than actually pushing my muscles to muscular failure first. My cardio needs to be improved. And I guess it sucks in today's day and age how, what is the biggest topic us young teenagers or young men probably care the most about, especially something that's become trending a lot recently. Looks maxing. We think we need to look a certain way to get validation, but in reality, this whole looks maxing niche, when it's taken, I'm talking when it's taken too far. Okay, bro, get a haircut, work out, become physically attractive. But I've seen some content that's popped up on my search bar, and it's all these teens taking all these peptides and stuff like this, trying to make their eyes look like this, the eyebrows and all this crap. Which is really, really, really feminine. How do you weaken men? You make them obsessively care about their looks and not proper values like their character, their morale, their strength, and their masculinity. I am not saying for you to just stop caring about your looks altogether and get overweight, like I once did, consume lots of food and just build more muscle. You want to replicate more of the man who is well rounded rather than obsessively caring about one area. It's like my whole YouTube channel is about all areas of self improvement. I'm basically just giving lessons and stories to you and to also my younger self about masculinity, about gym, about my failures with dating and relationships, and about all the lessons I've learned in the books I'm reading. I share with you. And if you want more of this one-to-one advice that's even deeper and more one-on-one, I highly recommend you check out my private school community, the Brotherhood, the Petis Syndicate. We have a discussion thread where you can ask a question whenever you feel like it and you need like practical, actionable advice from me personally. We have pre-recorded courses all in like organized modules so you can watch and absorb all the information as fast as possible and basically fast track your progress and not make the same mistakes I did, whether it comes to building the physique, dating, discipline, anything that's around that self-improvement topic. Also have 2 live calls a week. But for the guys who just care about their looks and get so far that they neglect cardio because they think doing cardio will make them build less muscle, you are missing out on so many potential benefits. Interval running has almost become a new meditation for me. How painful and challenging it is probably why the reason you avoid it, makes me so present because I am focusing so much on my breath when I'm trying to get a new PR sprinting. I understand that I need to focus on my breathing to get the best time and I can't let my mind wander or else I'm probably going to get a slower time. So I'm basically like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I got so obsessed with this new passion of mine that I even bought like running spike shoes just so I can invest in myself and progress faster. And it goes hand in hand with gym. Like I said, now I've like conditioned my heart. I'm going to be honest, at a really above average level. Like I weigh like 86 kilos. I've got 8 years of muscle mass on my body. And now I've taken this full year, my running as seriously as possible. It's literally like improved my life in every way. It's okay, cool. It's made me better looking. It's made me more present. It's made me more grounded because I'm looking and searching always for new disciplines and new ways I can place myself outside of my comfort zone. I never placed myself outside of my comfort zone in high school. In reality, I knew deep that running was always good for me. I just pushed it away because I knew how painful it was. Even in basketball, sometimes I would just like cherry pick. My closest friends know this. I wouldn't even run up the court to play defense because I wanted to save calories and I cared more about my muscle. I would cherry pick. I would never like attack to the rim. I would just like spot up 3-point shooter and I just sit on the perimeter. I didn't want to run. I hated running. It was like a complete identity change from someone who would never run to now some guy who doesn't shut up about running. He was always like posting Strava runs on my Instagram and stuff like that. I want to leave you with an actionable step to give you more like guidance and direction if you've made it this far in the video. And that's that right now, if you're the type of guy who is actually like pretty disciplined with gym and cares so much about getting bigger biceps, getting bigger quads, being able to bounce his pecs. Cool, great, whatever. If you're truly a masculine man, you will follow these actionable steps because you know it will get you to that next level. Your actionable step in the next 3 days, I don't care if you've trained legs or you haven't or you still need to, you're still going to get this done, bro. You are going to go on your first interval run. If you have an athletics track nearby, okay, that makes it a whole lot easier because you know the right distances. If you don't, okay, cool. Just go to an oval and download the app Strava. You can it tracks your distance and you can pause and start it when you hit whatever distance you're going to do. Specifically, I want you to do 200-meter intervals, all out sprints, and I want you to do it, since it's your first time, you're not going to do 6 sets like me. your body's not really primed for it, do 4 hard sets of 200-meter intervals with around like 3 to 4 minutes rest in between each set. Once you do that, come back to this video and let me know how it went. Let me know if it actually kind of helped your gym sessions in the future days. Obviously, like once your legs recovered. But let me know like how much better your breathing becomes, how much calmer you feel, how much more like in shape you actually feel. Because bro, other than like leg day in the gym, doing like upper body, it doesn't really work out your heart as much as you think it does. Yes, you're working out your muscles, but to be that top 1% man, you have to work out the most important muscle, and that is your heart. I'm genuinely like excited and curious to hear how this goes for you. And also how sore your legs are. Because I went years without sprinting. And when I first did specifically the 200-meter intervals, because that's like a shorter distance and more speed focused, my legs were shot. And if I was to tell you what's more harder, 200 meters or 400-meter intervals, I'd say 400s are more harder just because they're longer and it's a lot more breathing required. But 200s are fun, especially if you can get a close friend of yours to do this with. Bro, you're just going to be pushing each other. I even plan on hosting private meetups in my private school community so we can all smash this interval run together. So if you're in Melbourne, I honestly think this community is a no-brainer. Because I am going to be hosting them very, very, very soon. As long as like gym sessions and group activities. It's going to be so much fun. Running changed my life. And I don't want to be like a marathon runner. I don't want to be like 50 kilos running 100 kilometers. No. That's like the whole stigma with running. We think it just makes us skinny. It doesn't. It makes us athletic. It makes us multi-dimensional, maybe even a hybrid athlete. And it was something that I ignored and neglected. Not because I thought it was bad for me, but because of fear. I now understand that fear should be all of our compasses. Whenever we feel fear, it's probably the thing we should do. If right now we fear going to the gym, okay, we need to go to the gym. If right now we fear running and we shorten it and we cope and we project, we should probably go for that interval run. If right now we say all girls are bad and that kind of makes us avoid dating and going on dates, that's fear and we should probably go on a date as well. If right now we shit on other people posting YouTube videos, but then we're also watching YouTube videos as well and we're like thinking, oh, I really want to be a YouTuber, I really want to be... We should probably embrace that fear and think, posting videos is cool. I want to do that as well. Most important lesson, fear is your compass. Go for a run, especially an interval run, and you will not look back. Leave a comment on what time you get is. Make sure to like pause your time at the end of every set and realize your final time should just be your total accumulated time of when you're running. Do some static stretching after. You're gonna need it, bro. From once being the skinny fat to fat gym junkie to now being like, I don't want to say hybrid athlete. I think that word's cringe, but just a lot more than being one-dimensional. Let's just call myself well-rounded. I wish younger Adrian could be motivated or inspired to do interval running sooner rather than later, because it has played probably the most part to my testosterone, my physique, my confidence, my presence, and me as an individual. Stop having mass gainer protein shakes. Instead, go to the athletics track, set up your Strava, and go for that run. Good luck, brother. If this video has motivated or inspired you, I highly recommend you check out the first link in the description, which is my private school community, discussion thread, pre-recorded courses, 2 live courses a week, and even hosting private meetups really soon. A no-brainer if you're looking for like any sort of ways to invest your money and get a high ROI on your own personal self-improvement journey. You basically like get my brain and get my data sets and you're going to fast track this whole journey. Other than that, make sure to check the second link in the description. That's my top 10 books that have helped me become more of a masculine man. Highly recommend checking that out. Finally, make sure to click the subscribe button. Also the little bell icon. It'll kind of like remind you when I do upload these daily videos so you can watch them and educate yourself as soon as humanly possible. I'll see you in the next one.